Listen, all my right-wing nuts, your daddy just said he want to go to war. He has planned strikes to take out Iran. Y'all need to go enlist. Every last one of y'all needs to go join the armed services. This is how you prove your devotion to your daddy Trump. Not storming the Capitol. Go put your body on the line for him. Go put your body in the line of fire for him. Love that man. Devote your life to him. That is how you prove you love Trump. That is how you prove you love President Trump. You go and you sign your life away to the armed services and you go and you fight. You go on the front lines of Iran and you fight. You know how the Ukrainians went back, to Ukraine to fight on the lines? That's what you need to do. In order to prove that you love your Donald Trump so bad and you love MAGA and you love right-wing people and you are for your people and your people only, you need to go fight. You need to sign up and fight for your man. Fight for your king. Fight for your Lord and Savior. I shouldn't hear not one MAGA lover say, no, I will not go sign up and fight. I shouldn't hear that. Y'all love that man so much. Go ahead and put your life down for him.
Run through this quick little hypothetical with me. If any nation on this planet attacked the United States with an airstrike, and they were acting in a non-retaliatory way, like we didn't attack them first, we, me, you, the entire country, would rightfully so consider that to be an act of war. That is exactly the scenario that Donald Trump is deciding whether or not to give the green light to. Iran did not attack the United States. Iran did not attack Israel. We are not going to attack Iran on behalf of Israel due to some treaty or due to some ally being attacked that we are obligated to defend. If Donald Trump orders a military airstrike against Iran without congressional approval, mind you, not only will it be illegal, it will be an act of war. An act of war against a country who has allies who are nuclear powers. And all of this from a candidate whose 80% of their campaign was no new wars, peace through strength.
Donald Trump just bombed Iran, their nuclear sites, and there are sheep on this app literally celebrating this, being like, this made us so much safer. Are you Delulu? Friendly reminder that if they had anything close to nukes, which they didn't, Tulsi Gabbard literally said in March that they didn't have any. But if they had anything close to it, it was because Trump took us out of the nuclear deal that we had with Iran. Trump did that. Typical Trump, causing a problem and then attempting to fix it, which we don't even know if he's fixed it yet. Now we get to see if Iran responds and we end up in a full-blown war. Typical Trump, causes a problem and then pretends to fix it. This is a man that campaigned off no new wars, and he just bombed Iran. He's definitely lost half his base, but the other half, it's amazing watching them like sheep, saying no new wars, and now celebrating us potentially entering into a full-blown war. Pathetic.
I have a genuine question for Donald Trump supporters, and that's if your child gets sent to fight in this war with Iran that he has started, when this man said that, he was running on no new wars, what do you say? What do you say to that? Because we know here in the United States, disproportionately, rule, red, and Donald Trump voting people are the people who supply the U.S. military. Those are the human bodies that make up the U.S. military, right? This man ran on no new wars, and yet again, here we are. I'm a millennial. We are going to war with the Middle East, looking for destruction. Does that sound familiar? Because it should sound familiar. What do y'all have to say to this at this point? No new wars. He just bombed Iran's nuclear power plant.
I just want you to know that if we get nuked, it is 100% Donald Trump's fault. Donald Trump just started World War III for Israel because they wanted him to. So all you fucking idiots that voted for this shit, the no new wars president, he just started a nuclear war because that will be the response. So where you at now, MAGA? You okay with this? Going to another war in the Middle East? I mean, the last one was, 20 years? How long was the one before that? How many times are we going to do this under your Republican presidents? Because it's the third one in a row that is getting us into a war. This one will cause us to be more unsafe than we've ever been. And if a bomb goes off on U.S. soil, if there is an attack on U.S. soil, just know that your vote caused it all. So I hope you're proud of yourself.
And I think we've officially checked off every box in the bingo card. Be honest, MAGA, no new wars is all you had. That's why so many Trump supporters were online on social media saying, don't do this, we don't want this, we can't deal with this. Because see, when you're in a cult, as long as they keep one of their promises, then you can justify all of the other lies. And the last promise that he had not broken was that he would be a president who would bring peace through strength. But it only took, 6 months? Not even 6 months for that promise to just go right out the window. Republicans have always had this problem. Whenever they capture the presidency, this is the issue they come up against. They cannot govern. They can't. And you know why they can never govern? You know why they struggle so much in the office of president? It's the lack of empathy, guys. You need empathy in order to do a job like that. You need to be able to consider what the consequences could be or what life would look like for other people if you're going to do a job like that. But when you don't care about things, when your identity is wrapped around dehumanizing just about every other person that is not in your tax bracket, these are the results. Don't worry, MAGA is still going to try and come up with their excuses. They are still going to try and tie themselves into a deeper knot, trying to figure out how to make excuses for what's going on. But as far as trusting that man with impunity, that's all she wrote.
Do you remember when No New Wars was a rallying cry of the MAGA movement? Because I do. And it would usually be followed up with, we can't have Kamala as president because she's a woman, and what if she gets too emotional and starts a war with her woman ways? Well, now Donald is trying to fight a war on two fronts, one at home and one abroad, one that is completely manufactured by him politicizing every single event of everyday life, and by calling the Democrats the enemy from within. The other, we're pretty sure he has a heavy hand at, even though he claims otherwise on social media, but just so happens to know every single detail of every single strike before they happen. I've said it once, and I'll say it again. Donald Trump is not the guy for the job. He is not the guy for this moment in history, because as he divides us and the world at large, he is pushing us into another major conflict, while he profits $600 million off the presidency and laughs while he does it. So as always, let me know what you guys are thinking in the comments below, and I'll see you in the next video.
I do believe that if war in Iran is on the agenda, and that appears so, get dishonorably discharged. Who cares? Who cares? Why should you go die in a foreign land? You now have the benefit of 2020. You can see, think about those men and those women who died because they were pitched that they were serving their country because there were weapons of mass destruction, right? They were serving their country because the Taliban, they were serving their country, whatever, and these people gave up their lives. And ask yourselves, for what? And the answer to that question is for the elites. They're like toy soldiers. And I would have said a few weeks ago that Trump would never do that to you. He would never just throw you into an Israeli war. But right now, our planes are flying in the sky, and things are going nuclear. So I don't have that confidence anymore. And I'm comfortable with people being dishonorably discharged because the dishonor has come from our politicians. The dishonor has come from our politicians who routinely lie in our faces and are willing to let us die to serve their financial interests. So why don't they dishonorably discharge themselves from public office? That works for me.
MAGAs who voted Trump actually voted because of what he said. He said, no new wars. What do you think is happening right now? This is really, really appalling. Everybody right now is disappointed. And nobody wants war, you guys. Nobody. It's really disappointing to see that MAGAs actually voted for this, and now everyone is calling them out. They're like, you voted for this, then you will have to take this yourselves. But the truth is, if it happens eventually, MAGAs are not the only ones in the country. Everybody is going to have a taste of it. This is really not fair. Anyways, let's just see and hope for the best anyways. Shout out to these great creators. You guys spoke well. I understand you're speaking out of the pains from your hearts. But then let's see what happens. Let's see what happens in the next 2 weeks. Do you think the Iranians are going to retaliate? Do you think we're really going into war anymore? Let's see what happens. You could comment in the comment section what you think is gonna happen, and then let's listen to other creators as they see what they think is gonna happen as well.
Remember how Captain Poopface was all like, oh, there's going to be no new wars under me. And then he was saying, well, I'm going to decide about Iran in the next 2 weeks. Well, I guess he decided to post this on his little Truth Social. The fact that this man has the temperament of a 12-year-old child who flip-flops more than John Kerry is absolutely astounding. And yet we had all of these people who supported him saying, see, there's going to be no more conflict. But then we have conflict that we do not need to be a part of. Conflict that Israel started. But of course, because he's just a little puppet and AIPAC is going to do whatever they want with him and the others, I guess we're getting involved now, aren't we? So we're going to get mired down in the Middle East for absolutely no reason. We are going to start unaliving a bunch of innocent individuals who want nothing to do with their own government, all because Captain Turdlips decided, hey, I guess today's just the day I'm going to flip-flop, change my mind again, and I need to act like a big, strong boy because nobody likes me at home.
MAGA, is this what you voted for? I thought y'all voted for no new wars. It turns out Donald Trump this morning went on a rant on Truth Social about this conflict in the Middle East and stated that we now have complete and total control over the skies and nobody does it better than the good old USA, involving ourselves in this conflict. Another post shortly after that one stated, unconditional surrender. And according to Germany's chancellor, the U.S. is to decide today whether they will, in fact, join the Iran war. Fortunately, Thomas Massie has introduced a bipartisan resolution to prohibit the U.S. involvement in the Israel-Iran war. See, MAGA, you forget that Congress is the only one who can declare war. It's not the president's executive authority to do such action. Yet you guys have given him so much power that you guys have forgotten the core tenets of our entire congressional system.